Hi guys. Welcome, Sirena. What's the date today? 5/27. I almost said 98. That's interesting, but 5/27/25. And it's a Tuesday. We're like on the back end of like my son said about his daughter the other day. I'm having big feelings today, but 33, and I'm coming on to do this. Yeah, I know. Woke up, literally opened my eyes, and it was dread. But there's a reason why we're coming on here, and I'm going through all this, right? Capture, I keep hearing like capturing your thoughts. Well, I put my thoughts, but capturing your thoughts. Like, I felt all the feelings. I couldn't help it. It was just overwhelming. Like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, my car's not working. I woke up in my bed and I'm like, I'm not going to have a bed soon. I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know what I'm going to do with this dog. I don't know what car I'm going to drive because mine keeps, I've never drove it. All these things. How can I make money doing, even if I wanted to do all my Reiki and all that, all my stuff is in Colorado. I have a car. I can't even drive right now. It needs a starter, although I did find one. So that's good news and I have money for it. But see, this is the thing. If we don't capture our thoughts, ask ourselves questions, because when I first opened my eyes, I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? Can I really do this? I don't have a choice. Then I'm going to call it feeling sorry for yourself. But this is a fucking reality. Little bit money that I have, giving some to my son for his, and I don't mind doing that. I would give him all of it. But then I'm sitting here going, okay, this house is going to be gone soon. I won't be here. I don't even have an address. So I mean, it's not just a place to live, but it's a fucking address, And it's like, Sirena, are you sure? Anyway, so this is just mostly about capturing your thoughts. So then I felt what I was feeling, and then I had to ask. I said, you know what? So the first thing I did is I got online, and I said, I need a starter for my car. First and foremost, I need that. So I found that. I just got to go to the bank, and I got to put money, because I found it on eBay. For $50. And then there's a wedding I have to think about going to, and I have a dog I got to think about paying for shots. I mean, I don't even have a place to live. I have no idea where I'll be living in August, but yet I feel like I got to come up with all this money I don't have to go to a wedding. I know it's my son, he's getting married, and all that's great, but, and then I started thinking about my mom and they're both dead, but how sad I was when they had to live out of their car when they couldn't live with me. But it's like, Sirena, that's all past shit. And then I'm like, all right, you can walk. Plus, but it's like finding yourself in a place where you've never been before. See, I always had a job. I always had a place to live. It wasn't until this back thing happened that I've been stripped from everything. But you know what? I love the person I am. I love the place that I'm at in my head, and I'm having to relearn to do everything. I can't just go out and be a bartender and do all that. I can't. I don't care what anyone says. That's just not an option anymore, things like that. So then I had to start thinking about, then I started going, okay, Sirena, I posted something on somebody's post on YouTube, kind of made me feel better. And then it made me feel weird because I'm like, you just sound like a pitiful fucking, POS right now. Feeling sorry for yourself. But this is reality. It's going to work out. It's like every time you make a plan, a wrench gets thrown in it. Up pops a molehill. It might as well be a mountain. Jesus did say, with true faith, we could tell that mountain to move, and it will, right? I just got chills all over. So then there's that. But capturing the thoughts, counteracting them. So yeah, things in the human, literally before my eyes were even open, I was sad. I was pissed, actually. And then it turned into sadness. So, does anyone relate with that? I spent my whole life that way. First thing in the morning when I first wake up, running all this shit, allowing all this shit to run through my head, run through my head, run through my head, run through my head. And then I lived my day that way. But even though I didn't feel like it, I just wanted to be sad about myself. First thing I said is, I've got to do this. So I did. Now I just got to order it. I found it. It's only $50. Well, $50.34, and then whatever it's going to cost for shipping. I put in, will it fit my vehicle? So I found a starter. I just got to order it. I'll be here in like a week. Check that off the list, right? So that's a good thing. And then, Sirena, what do? You just need to keep going forward. I've got a bunch of scrunchies to make. There's other things I want to make too. Then I got birthdays, so I got to make those things. And it's just, and then you're in a family where everyone's like, la-di-da, everybody's going to be in their feelings if you don't buy a bunch of shit and do all the fake things I don't like to do anymore. Great, it's a birthday. Love it. It's my granddaughter's birthday. I want to make her a little halter top. So I got to make things that I can sell, hopefully. Get out there and meet people. My question is, this pilot of mine, am I ever really going to be able to drive it? Is that really... I guess we'll worry about that when that time comes. Now, let's change it from worrying. But, so this is all about waking up and everything running through your head and everything seems hopeless and helpless. God, if I stayed in that all day, this day would be miserable. But I came on here, thank God. Thank God for YouTube and thank God for you guys. Stop it. Because then I really get to process my feelings and I really get to share things and it really helps me. So thank you so much. But I am still here now. So enjoy this day. What can I do today to make my future better? Selling scrunchies, I don't even know what to sell them for. I think I did 7 of them, 8 yesterday. And then I couldn't see anything. Then everything was, then I can't see for the rest of the day staring down at these things, And then my back's all hunched over. It's just a thing. there's all this different jewelry and stuff I want to make, but that takes time. I'm just like, by next Tuesday, and then that's all the way out of town, although I do have one right here, but I can't afford to do all that by myself. So I got to worry about how the fuck am I going to get all the way into another state, even though it's just Missouri and I'm in Kansas, but to that every week. With what car? You know, what the fuck? And I don't even know what kind of things I can sell there, you know. Right now I'm just making scrunchies because I have all the scrunchy stuff. So I'll do that and see how that goes. And then, you know, there's other cute things. I got to see what the people are like. I got to be there. I got to get a vibe, you know. It'll work out, but you know how fast time goes. You know, it's already about to be June, and once they get here and clean this shit out, this house is sold. So then it's deciding, do I put every last bit of money that I have into fixing my Pilot, or do I sell the Pilot, save the money that I have to put towards an RV? I really need an RV. That would be at least my own little place, you know. Motel rooms aren't going to be an option because they're expensive and I have a dog. And then it's like, I really want to keep her, but I can't stay at anyone's houses or anywhere because I have a dog. I've been in bad situations my whole life, but God, all those years, if I wanted an apartment, I would just go get one that day. Walk out with a fucking apartment. But I had to, even if I worked for my brother at that time, and it wasn't shit for money, but I still got approved for an apartment. But you know what I mean? I just always had a way before, and I knew people, and I had friends, and I was never happy before. I wasn't happy inside, so no matter, I couldn't see all the blessings that I had. And that's another thing. I'm blessed that I have had the opportunity to be here since Mike died, even when Mike was alive, you know. It wasn't ideal, but I couldn't see the blessings that I had then. I'm talking years ago, though, because I wasn't happy inside. But now I have the happiness and all that inside. But my outside human needs things that it just took for granted before because I worked hard for it. I don't mind working hard. Actually, I'm a really hard worker and I like physical labor. But I don't know. So, yay, new moon. I love you. Oh, look what's on the bottom. Just keep your head up, Sirena. Something will turn out. I've seen other readers, or whatever they are, people online, and they just took off and got a motel room, and then they shoot a video and they're like, thank you for, I didn't know, God told me to go out on this, and I did, and the money came, and da-da-da. I've been doing that forever on my own. But I don't get that for some reason. God's asked me to do a lot of things, and every time I try to go do it, my car don't start. Or it needs another part. Or it needs this, and it needs that for 4 fucking years. 2.5 of those, granted, I could barely move, and I was in bed most of the time. I still am. We don't talk about that much, but I'm thankful I can walk. So when you follow the calling on your life and it just ends up seeming worse and worse and worse, what do you do then? You hold the faith, you hold the faith, you hold the faith. You hold the faith, you hold the faith, you hold the faith. But then how faithful am I if I'm sitting here crying about what the fuck am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I going to do with this dog? You know. Will I even have a car to get anywhere? I could drive Mike's car, but I can't. The struts are so bad on that. The struts are so bad. But that's $400 fucking dollars to fix that, and it's not my car. So do I put all the money I have into that just so I can drive it a little? I mean, you know what I mean? What the fuck do I do? I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm even to the point where I will sell my Pilot, but I got to have wheels. My right ear is going, wee, it's going off right now. Incoming information. Those are the cards that flipped out. Let me even have a look at them. I mean, these are fucking great cards. So as I'm saying all that, this is what came out. We got the World. A job well done. Really, though? What does that say? A job well done. Joy, contentment, and gratitude. The path toward enlightenment. And these are just feelings, right? For a moment. And they'll pass. And I guess that's why I don't make long-term commitment. You know, don't make decisions off of a fleeting moment, off a fleeting feeling, right? That's why it's best to stop before you do something that you don't want to do or you don't regret. And that's what I've kind of been working on. But at the same time, it makes me feel 1818, like I'm stagnant, like I'm procrastinating. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. And then what came out? Empress. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. The Lovers. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions. Good health. And then did we have the Emperor come out? So we have the Emperor and the Empress. 5 major arcanas. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Then the Knight of Air. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. And I guess that's what I've been doing these past, since I really spoke with my daughter and I've been trying to figure all this out, like which way do I go? And I have figured out that I really need, that's why they're telling me like, hold on to your vision. Regardless of what happens, regardless of everything around you, hold your vision. Wow, that's why that's so important. Because they're saying whatever your current situations or whatever your current circumstances look like, hold your vision. Hold your vision no matter what happens, because that way you're still working towards that thing that you want, and you can stay flexible, because you could have a roadblock, right? It's the path, it's the journey. The destination is what you want, and that stays the same. It's the journey, the paths along the way. So hold your vision and be flexible when detours pop up. I just want it all now. Who wouldn't? Falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth, and in what? Enhanced intuition, a new home. Oh. You know, with that RV, I could travel. I could go to these places and work for a few months. That way I have somewhere to live. And I make money. And I have somewhere to live, and I can have my dog. Freedom. I can make money for the gas, and to pay for the insurance, and to pay for the registration, and to pay for my phone, right? And my storages. I'm going to have 2 storages in 2 different states. Until once I get that RV, though, I can get my stuff from Colorado, move it all to the storage here, and just have 1 storage unit. Then I would have all my stuff. Oh, I'm getting a call. I got to go. But seeds well planted, right? And then the 10 of Earth. So hold on to the vision. Hold on to your vision. Capturing thoughts and holding on to the vision is where it's at. I know what I want to do. I just got to keep on going. Right? Because I wake up in my feels or feeling a certain way, it doesn't change anything unless you allow it to. Capture your thoughts is how they're saying it. Capturing your thoughts. I started running through everything I'm grateful for. It's like, well, thank God I can walk. Woo! Bonus. But then again, if I couldn't, I'd be taken care of. But hey, that's a whole different thing, right? But thank God I can walk. Woo! Thank God I have the money to order my part. Woo! Thank God I'm still here. Blessed. But right now, today I'm good. And I'm going to make these scrunchies or whatever, make things to sell. Woo! I mean, I'd have to sell a lot to make any kind of, but some money's better than none, and it's going to cost me money to do it. But, there's a bigger picture. It's a farmer's market, bro. I'll be able to meet people, but better farmers, you never know. You never know what's out there. I got to get out there. You got to hold on. Hold on to your vision. I am. And when things get tough, maybe that's another thing. Something I've been praying and asking, I need a kick in the butt. This is a kick in the butt. Shit's about to happen, motherfucker. Get on it. Jam on it. Jam on it. Right? It's the end of your difficult situation. Right? Hold on for one more day. So just because you feel a certain way right now, that's a moment, and that's the old way. We're being brought back to things to see how we react and how we handle old situations that we used to be in. And it's thinking. It's capturing your thoughts. It's our old ways of thinking and being. I didn't stay in it very long. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. I've only been up for 2 hours, and I went through a whole gamut of fucking shit in that time. By 9 o'clock, I was fucking fit to be tied. Not fit to be tied, but sad as fuck. I just didn't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. But my dream is there. My vision is there. I felt great about it every other day, but I had to just look at, it's not that bad. At least I have the money to buy that part. I'll get that part. The rest will come. Just keep going, one day at a time. I'm still here. Get the car running. Get the car running. Right? Get my car running. It has to be running regardless of what I do. And we'll go from there. Your life can change in a moment. I went to the store. I came home. My whole life is... I went to the store. I came home. Mike was dead. My whole life has gone upside down. Even though I tried so long to get out of here. I tried so long to get out of here because I didn't want to be around drugs. But I started, I wasn't on drugs, and I started coming to the conclusion that, because he wasn't feeling well, that I was going to take care of him. Oh, God, yeah, I had a dream someone else isn't feeling well. Oh, shit. It just came to me. So, what am I going to do in that other person that I really rely on right now to work me whenever he has work, but he's on drugs, so he doesn't do much either. Can't get away from those fucking druggies, man. They just... Look, I could talk shit about it because I did that drug for fucking over 30 years, so... With breaks in between, but so I can talk about it. It's okay. I know what I want, what I don't want, And what I want is bigger than me. It's bigger than all the humans, but it's a tough road. But I'm very blessed because I do have a place to live right now. So, this is part of this. I'm hearing this moon energy that's bringing things up to clear them out. Did you see that fly? It's bringing stuff up to clear out, for us to do it a different way this time. You know what I mean? For us to do it a different way. Rather than falling back, I could have started drinking today. I could have just said, fuck it. I'm going to feel sorry for myself and not do anything. I'm like, no. I got this part. I got to order this part. I got to get the money. And I didn't stay in it very long. I'm still, my mind, I'm able to bring myself up to look at my blessings. And that's why I guess I knew we had to come on here to shoot a video about something. And it's a huge message. And it just so happens, these are all major arcanas, by the way. It just so happens, I'm the human to say it. The moon, the wheel, the Knight of Earth, the Ace of Water, the Star. I heard conflict and despair. I don't know what it says. But it's not being done to me. It's the same today as it was yesterday. So yesterday was full of hope. Yesterday was feeling great. Today is no different. The only thing different is the way I view it and how I see it. How I view it and how I see it. Okay? Nothing else has changed. Except I've made some scrunchies, so I'm that much closer to getting paid if people buy them. Why would they not, you know? All I can do is make the effort, put forth the effort. That's all I've been asked on this journey, is put forth the effort. And it will work out. One way or another. It just has to. So I shouldn't worry about where I'm going to sleep and how I'm going to eat and what I'm going to do. But how do you not? When that's all, I was 55 years of living that. You know, but see, our mind has been renewed. So it's a whole new way of living. And it's a whole new way of doing things. And it's uncomfortable. Thank you for letting me share, guys. I got to call my friend back. I love you. I say friend. Somebody I haven't talked to in a long time. I called, he didn't answer, but he just called back. So, dreamer. Still dream your dream. Hold your vision. And enjoy the renewing of your mind. Because you're the magician. You can make shit happen with your mind. I love you. When I picked this up, look, I was 3131. 3131 caught my eye. Hold on for one more day. Things will go your way. Namaste. Peace.